Woohoo! And welcome to another episode of Passion Unscripted. And today we are having the powerhouse. It's me, Irina Portnova, with Tobi Staples and Dina Alexander, our powerful trio. And let's start and dive into our topic. And Toby was the one to suggest the topic, and we all just jump on board and saying, hey, this is the topic we want to dive in. Today, we are going to be talking about sexual compatibility. And Toby, let's start from you since you were the one to brought that subject. Like, why was it that near and dear to your heart?
Oh, because sexual compatibility is so important. So important, or you're wasting your time. That's how I see it. If you're not compatible with somebody, well, then you cannot be enjoying the experience as much as you could be. It totally hinders you if you're not compatible with the person because you're not on the same wavelength. You're not operating on the same frequency. You're not exploring and discovering on the same magnitude. So you're actually shooting down the experience for yourself and for the other person if you're not compatible. So don't even bother wasting your time if you're not. So it's really important to find out if you're compatible before you put your life force there.
I love it. Dina?
I love it. I don't know what to say because I was thinking by myself, this topic, it's all about frequency.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about frequency because if you are both are working on a high vibration, you will be balanced, you will be attracting each other, there will be chemistry. And if there's nothing. So I like this topic. The reason why is because there are some studies in the US, and this I got from Entice Me from Tiffany, that 20% of the divorces in the US is due to incompatibility sexually. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And what is incompatibility sexually? It's one of them that doesn't have the proper education, sexually educated. Maybe they don't know themselves. What is happening? That's what I want. I want to open up the space for the people to know what is incompatibility sexually. An example. In my case, I had a boyfriend that I thought I couldn't get an orgasm because it was me, because I didn't know myself. And my former partner, I was getting those feelings, but with the new partner, I wasn't reaching that. So I start that I'm very grateful to this partner because that is where I started my journey to become a sex coach. And we started getting information, and he told me, hey Dina, I never had this problem. All the women, they come and they tell me they come, and you're the only one that is telling me that I'm not coming, that you're not coming. So with me, he realized that what the job he provided a lousy job. And I use this example a lot because there are women that fake their orgasms. And then that's why he thought he was doing a good job. And he got me that I'm very honest and I'm very true. So that's this topic is it comes to my heart. So I'm open up the space. What is really sexual incompatibility?
I think what comes for me when we go about sexual, when we talk, first of all, Raya, welcome, woohoo!
That's
I know,
Ray.
yeah,
Hey,
Ray,
Ray.
I
I'm
know
happy you're here.
it's Toby's fan, so we
Ah.
are happy to see you with us. So, what I wanted to say when it comes to incompatibility, I think a lot of times it starts from that, especially for women, right? We do not know ourselves and we do not know what we like and what we do not like. And a lot of times, like we could be so smart, we could be so successful, but when it comes to bad, we are like, like totally illiterate, right? Illiterate. So,
Clueless.
and yeah, and it's all about just, like really be receptive and open, right? Like to really understand who we are, what like what rocks our ship, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, how would we know if we do not explore? And then it's another level when you are able to communicate it to your partner, right? Because men are more like, like I think it's in their DNA. They are more, like open. They are more about exploration, about, like trying different things. And women are more by nature very reserved, right? And then it just sometimes what happens in the bed where, like a woman think, okay, it's a man's job to do what, to take care of everything. I'm just there, right? So the point is that both partners have to like really discover and understand what they're all about, what they like. And even, like when somebody is saying, okay, like I'm so sexually educated. Each partner requires a different twist and turn, right? Because we are all unique. So the only way to be sexually compatible, it's like really understand what your partner wants and be able to deliver it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, I love everything that you guys are saying. Holy cow, does it open up? Oh, so many doors.
I want to use what you just said, Irina, that women are not so adventurous as men. It's due to the fact that the testosterone that a man has, the women, majority of women are not producing it. You can produce it if you regularly masturbate. That's why I tell every woman you should masturbate more often, because then you will be releasing those testosterone, and that's a chemical that helps you get over those fears, that makes you take risk, and you will be more adventurous. Okay. And when a lady comes to me, and I like this, that's why I do this, I coach this. I like when women comes to me and tells me, I want to become that diva, I want to become that, and that's my thing. So I think a woman should have tricks, just like when you have a special meal that you prepare for your family or for someone. A woman should have special tricks in bed, and you will only get those tricks if you know yourself and you get educated. So I take, because I like the holistic part, the sacred part, and I do use energy, sexual energy for manifestation. I do teach um, squirting because it's a sacred liquid, and you should drink. A man should drink from you, and use that energy to to be in his daily life, because you
To
will become.
thrive, to thrive.
It also prevents oral cancer for a man, you know.
Yes, because part of
Literally.
you, yes, it does, because it has that bacteria in it. So when you are a part of him, because he is drinking you, a part of you is he's drinking your liquid. That liquid will be in every vein of his. That's sacred.
That's the fountain of youth.
That's a trick. That's a trick that a woman should have when they choose me as a coach, because there are different other tricks. Okay, but I use that part as a sacred part. We are sacred beings. A woman is a sacred being. So
Yes, very much so. But let's get back to the sexual compatibility. Guys, you see what she's talking about too, about the expressing and the sexual pleasure and the releasing. Do you know that a woman goes hysterical if she contains her buildup without a release? That's where the vibrator is initiated from. So, compatibility, you better know yourself, like she's talking about. She's encouraging you to explore you, to master you sexually, so that you can explore it with another. If you don't explore yourself, she's telling you you can't fully explore another because you don't know who you are. You don't know what turns your crank. You don't know where you're going, and you're chasing your own tail. And I hate to say it, but sexual incompatibility leaves you both unsatisfied to the depths of your core.
Amen.
And that's when stress comes in, tension comes in, and then you label it as bad experience, and then you never want to go there again, and it totally limits you in every facet, because then that bad experience that you deem as bad has totally fucked up every experience then after that until you correct it. Literally. Because then you avoid it, and you don't want to try it, and you don't, why is sexual compatibility so important? Look, you know what? I'll say it as a grown woman who's going to be 50 this year and proud to be in full consciousness of self. Listen, all of the years of laying there and finishing the job while he's washing up in the bathroom, come on. I'm not into that at my age anymore. And this is why it's so important, sexual compatibility, because you see, when you leave one of each other unsatisfied or unpleasured, well, then guess what? You've just left the door open. And it starts the gap, which, what happens in the gap? Divorce happens in the gap. And misunderstandings, and no good furthering of any sexual bonds and ties, because you've wrecked it. Take the time to know yourself. That's what I'm all about. The mastery of self, so that you can be of that compatibility with another. Because if you're not, like, I'm sorry, I can't have any kind of sexual interaction with somebody who is less self-aware, self-accountable, self-responsible, self-driving, self-motivated as I am. It would not work. I cannot lay down with a prude. I cannot lay down with an unhealed being who has been shamed and traumatized by anything sexual and still carrying that guilt. It would not work. This is why it's so important. Ladies, I'll pass it on to you.
Can I just add quickly, because, thoughts just downloaded to me. Why is it so important to be sexually compatible? Because once you have that, satisfaction of body and soul, right, and spirit, then you can go and thrive, right? Let's face it, you become successful in any areas of your life. You deal better with the stress, you deal better with anything that comes your way, because it's all interconnected.
Can I just jump? Something just downloaded.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I gotta say it. Look, when your man comes home after dealing with the world, okay, or your partner who's in their masculine energy, because I don't wrong anybody or their choices. Everybody is an energy first. So whatever form they're in doesn't matter. But when you have your divine masculine, if you are the divine feminine, coming in from tackling and being a warrior of the world, well, he is supposed to dump all of that into you for you to transmute it. As a divine feminine, that is part of your job. But if you can't alchemize and be solid in self, well, then you can't fulfill that and nurture it back to that divine partner loaded with love. It is impossible. So it's not just about sex. There is a chemistry and a bond and a real nurturing energetically that happens with sexual compatibility, which enable both partners to reach their fullest potential of creative power, literally on the planet. Sex is sacred energy exchange. So are you compatible with the one that you're dumping it into, or that's dipping into you? Because if not, there's a real imbalance. That's why you're left feeling when you've had sex with the wrong partner. You've left feeling empty. Like, listen, I'm I'm sorry to say it, but I've had sex with men that I felt nothing. No chemistry, laid there like a log, like, fuck, is this going to be done? I have begged people that, yo, hurry this up because, listen, I have gotten off of a man after riding, not in the middle of riding him, saying, you know what? I'm never going to come. So this is a waste of energy and hop off. Literally. I don't play when it comes to that shit. It's got to be sexually compatible or you are wasting your life force. People take that shit seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like don't think that we are just, like talking for the entertainment. Sexual energy is very, very serious, and
Yes.
we have to know which direction to put it through, right? So we can really receive everything what we are entitled to.
Amen. I love it. Something came to me. Sexual incompatibility is also when, because the majority of here people here on the island, they are religious. So sex has to be done after marriage. Aha, Toby started laughing. So I have a couple that the man told me that he married for the wrong reasons, because he was told after we married, we are married, then things will change. But things never changed because the woman didn't know her body. 20 years of marriage. So we need to take this very seriously because we are a vacation island. I usually use this sentence with almost all of my clients. Aruba is a vacation island. And once in a while, Arubians are taking time off to have vacation on their own island. They go everywhere because it's a beautiful island. And I tell them, you need to take vacation to get to know yourself. First, to get to know, go anywhere on vacation. So if you're listening to me now and you are planning to go on a vacation, don't do it. Pay a sex coach, because it's very important, because they tell me, hey, I can get this information online. Yes, you can. But maybe it will take a while before you reach, get a good program and reach where you want to reach.
Receive the results, right? Yes.
A coach has a program and you can reach your results quicker if you have someone that can hold space for you while you get educated. And this came up when you guys were talking, sharing. I like it, Toby. You got very passionate.
And I got something that just came in when you were talking about that. You know what? The fact is, people, this is what you got to understand. Everybody thinks, yeah, okay, you can do it online and you can just go find the research. But you know what? You can't even find time to sit with yourself for 20 minutes. Where are you going to find time to do the research? Find a trusted advisor, like 3 mentors that you have right here accessible to you. We've done the research. We've mastered it. So doesn't that cut you out a lot of hours and months and years to get those results? Come on.
Can I also add to that point? It's like, we all have something to say, right? So why do people need the coach? Everybody does, right? Because, information doesn't equal transformation. We have to implement the information in and integrate it in our daily life. And it's practically impossible to do it on our own because we were not born with all the discipline, right? So if we know that there is something we do not have to do, it's not a life-threatening thing, we are not gonna do it. So the coach actually keeps you accountable. First of all, like Dina mentioned, the coach has the system is something that's you're not gonna get from the free trainings or watching or reading the books. It's not the system, it's just the information. So the coach has the system, and then the coach has the accountability piece and the piece that you have the accessibility. If you are doing something, if you are implementing something doesn't work, where do you go? You're not gonna scroll through, like thousands of videos to receive the answer to your question. Coach is there by you. Coach is there to keep you accountable as well, and saying, hey, have you used the tools? Have you done this? How did it work for you? Any questions, any concerns, right? That's exactly what the coach is doing. And they become your guide who takes you from where you are to where you want to be.
Yes. And
Um,
something, sorry, Toby,
no,
just
go ahead.
at this moment, I have a couple. They just started with me. I had 2 sessions with them. And yeah, the gentleman told me he started this, he got married for the wrong reasons. Okay. However, they still care for each other and they want to ignite something in their as partnership. And that is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's a marriage because you choose for each other at the end. Okay, so if someone is listening to me and thinks, "Oh, I'm doomed because I married for the wrong reason," no, there is still a chance. I don't believe in divorces. I don't believe in separation, but I do believe if some things are happening, you need to make changes. Yes.
Well, actually, I got to jump in there and just for all of those that do believe in divorce, because I do believe in divorce. Because had my mother not divorced my father, he probably would have successfully killed us all. And had I not been divorced or left certain partners, I would not be sitting here talking to you all. So, yes, divorce must happen for some, but it's only to bring better later on. Everything that we
Mm-hmm.
live is to prepare us for what's coming. So every bit of your experience is not wasted. And don't be shameful or feel unloving towards your own being, and the self-talk becomes guilt-ridden and self-hatred and denial and refusal to grow and learn and heal, because that'll be your most destructive path to demise
It's good
very
that you
quickly.
it's good that you mentioned that, Toby, because for the people that are listening to us, for them not to understand me incorrectly, I do. In my case, I went through a divorce, and I'm very grateful because if I didn't go through that divorce, and it was not nasty, it was just he's a good man, good father, but we just stopped loving each other. So if he didn't divorce me, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't have gone through this. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy, grateful. So, but what I'm talking is if the majority of people get so fed up with their marriage and they just go to divorce, and that I don't think that's the best decision. You need to try something new. That's what I meant.
You know what? Can I just jump in here for anybody that's struggling in a partnership right now of any kind, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, a marriage? Listen, you got to bridge the gap. The gap started
Mhm.
happening the first morning that you didn't connect. The
Mm-hmm.
first morning you put everything else before your connection with that person. You see, this is the first day when you wake up and you do not connect with the one that you love, is the first day that you destroy your connection to that one. You must reinforce that connection daily. You can't
Mm-hmm.
look back after a week of total mayhem and totally being deflected and distracted from the one you love and expect that person to be sitting there and okay. You have to ensure that every day. If
Toby,
you
I
want,
love I love what you shared, and it takes two to tango. It
yes,
can't be, because in my case, like, like I also just recently divorced after 24 years of marriage. And it's interesting, like we just, like started to talk on that subject, right? So the point is, it takes two. It can't just come from one person all the time, right? So when one person wants for the relationship to work and another person kind of quit, you just have to exit,
yes,
because there is no way you can fix something that was broken. And when two people are not willing to work on it, there is no relationship whatsoever.
I have a perfect analogy. You guys picture two cups in your hand. You're holding two cups. Well, if you're constantly pouring into one and it doesn't get poured back,
Mhm.
reciprocated equally, well, guess what? You're the one ending up empty.
Totally.
Nobody else. This is why reciprocation is so important. But this is also to the same magnitude that sexual compatibility is important.
Yes, and you know what? I just wanted to add, like Dina, like I believe, like I totally believe in my heart that when people are in relationship or when people are having, like that marriage, not one person has to come into you. Two of them have to come. Because it's like I said, they are in the partnership. And to receive the best in, in the bad and to be sexually compatible, two of them have to come, not just one. One can come when, like somebody is just, like discovering who they are and they want to understand better and they want to attract that ideal compatible partner. But if they are in some kind of relationship, whether just dating or, living together or already married, two people have to be involved in that. Two people have to get coaching.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Both of them.
Yes, and I
Yes.
encourage it
And
because
I
you know
do,
what? Nothing's half-sided.
yes. And I do tell my clients, if you come alone, the one that is going to the next level will be alone.
Yes.
Rarely you go back together and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very, as a coach, you ladies, I like you guys because you're very honest. As a coach, we should be honest and lay everything for the client to decide, because we decisions are made by them, but I need to lay everything very, very honestly on the table.
And I love what you
Absolutely.
do. That's
Yes.
why I appreciate coming out with you ladies. I love being here with you ladies.
I love it too. I
It's
love it.
all about just, like be direct, be authentic, and just don't be afraid to be yourself.
Mm-mm. Nope.
You have to be. And all of those secrets that you're hiding from yourself and others are the same things that'll destroy your relationships, your partnerships, your marriages, your romantic relationships. That's why
Yes.
it's so important to be knowing of yourself in order to be healthy to any connection.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's just wrap it up. So, what kind of tools we want to give to the audience? How do we actually determine the sexual compatibility? Maybe there are steps that
Yes.
people can take.
Can I
Yes,
jump in here right away? I'll give you two and then I'll pass it
absolutely.
on. Listen, consistency and time. Get to know somebody's authentic self. And I don't mean the person they'd show up to be right away and then you get thrilled by their look and their promise of the verbal diarrhea. And that's what you stay attached to instead of actually what's in front of you, seeing all the actions and
Mhm.
interactions. You're just stuck on these wishful thinking, like totally delusional. Well, those delusions are going to bring delusional results. Stay in tune, big time. Consistency and time are the biggest truth tellers, people.
Love it.
Love
Dina.
it. I do agree with Toby. I'm going to add this. If you're dating and at first instance you don't feel that chemistry, discontinue dating. It will not come.
I called that Erin. She needs a round of applause. If I could stand up and do that for you, Dina, I would. Yes.
Yeah, just discontinue. And number two, I believe you need to be honest with your fetishes and check in. This is what I like in bed. What would you like in bed? Do I like what you like? Are you willing to
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 explore and
to
experiment.
explore?
Yes.
Because I would like to explore this. All of these conversations should be made before you get into bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just be,
Definitely.
be authentic, be direct, and just keep loving yourself more, right? To discover that partner that really is compatible on sexual and all other levels, right? Because you have to be also compatible on every other level. But it's for another life. Today we are talking about sexual compatibility. Ladies, thank you so much. It was very powerful. It was very, fiery and igniting. And we want to hear from you. Whoever is going to be watching the episode, like, what do you think? Is it important to have the sexual compatibility, or you still can have happy relationship without it? On that note, I just wanted to say thank you, and we'll see you on the next episode on next Monday. Bye.